Boom! Okay, look at all our setup. It changed. Everything changed. Wow, all the bowls are clean. Cool.
That's awesome.
Okay, so what we're going to do first for the beef stroganoff is we're going to use our scissors to cut up the steak. So I know the recipe calls for a small beef steak, but seeing as we're at home and we can make some for the entire family, we thought maybe a little bit more steak would be good. Now, see all this like whitish pink stuff on the side here? That's actually just excess fat. So we can trim that off. That way we're having more of the good stuff and less of the fatty stuff. Yeah. So I'm gonna take my piece of meat. We can just wash our hands after, or you can put some gloves on if you're not comfortable touching the meat, right? We'll trim off. This is just like arts and crafts. We're just trimming off the excess fat, the white part. There we go. We can always salvage that. There we go.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna chop them up into little cubes. So I want you guys to cube it up. It's like we're gonna do it. We're gonna use it. I put it into a bowl. Put it into a bowl. We gotta wash the bowl. Yeah. Just put these in chunks. How big do we want? How big do we want? Oh, you can't respond right now. Okay, well we're gonna go the size of the thumb. Oh, here we go. Here we go. And I got that for my mom.
Yes.
There we go. Turn that out. We're obviously careful not to cut our fingers. We're gonna make sure that we're not holding a piece of paper like in arts and crafts. We're holding a big piece of meat. So we're wanting to make sure that we have our fingers out of the way, especially the ones underneath the meat. Make sure that.
This is so odd. Cutting meat with scissors, but it's kind of fun.
It's odd for her, but it's normal for us, isn't it?
Is it?
It is.
Oh, that is really good. But it's kind of fun. I like
Yeah,
it.
it's fun.
So next time I have to do this, I'm actually going to do it this way.
Exactly. No better way. In fact, I often get frustrated cutting meat.
Especially for my chicken.
Exactly. Just or a knife with like serrated edges or something.
This is really fun. I like it. Thanks to all my friends.
Yeah, please do.
What probably you do it and say, wow, that's really odd.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not odd for me anymore.
The UCC cooking class showed me that.
That's right.
It's so much more than a cooking class. It's so
Yep.
much more than a cooking class.
That's right. You learn different things, right? That's good. There. Looking pretty good.
Almost done. Mom is moving faster than me. So, go.
Well, I use scissors on the
There.
Always wash your hands after.
Moving on. Okay, so we're gonna give this board a wash, and we'll see you in a sec. Boom. Okay, good. Now we're back. I got the mushrooms on here, so we're gonna chop up the mushrooms now. Mom, do you want to use the big knife? Oh no. Actually, why don't you chop up the onion while I chop up the mushrooms? Now, a tip that we learned in oh, that's Carlos.
Okay.
A tip that we learned in cooking class was that putting a half of an onion in a bowl of water takes away the acidity, whatever makes you cry, makes it such that you don't cry. So the recipe calls for a quarter of an onion, but we're gonna take a half because we're both eating, right? This is a giant onion as well. As you can see, Mom's using the tent technique, and I think I'll use the tent technique with these mushrooms as soon as I cut the end off. There we go. So like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, not too close to my thumb, and then I'm gonna cut those little pieces into another half. Mom, it's only so much. We're not crying. You're crying. Being very careful of our fingers here, everyone. We're not cutting ourselves. Ah, okay. Oh, she doesn't want to do that.
I do.
By the way, I learned that I have 1 subscriber on my YouTube channel. I had 0 subscribers until I started these cooking videos. So make sure you comment on the video to let me know that you've subscribed. You don't have to subscribe. I'm just saying that I did get one and I'm very thankful for it. So if you were the one that subscribed, let me know on the Facebook chat that we have going on there. The Facebook page, DCC Cooking Community.
Yes.
We go sharing is caring. Yeah, I want to use that.
And this one. Yeah, that and this one.
I should hold back the tears.
Oh my God.
That's right, I'm a guy.
Or, no. Let's do that one.
Oh, that's deep breath.
That's right.
Okay, team, it is time now to put some melt some butter in the fry pan. We're gonna add the steak, onion, and the mushroom. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna add the steak first, just to give that a little bit of a head start, and then we're gonna add the veggies because the veggies cook a little bit quicker.
Yes.
Quicker or more quickly? Give us a comment, okay? Quicker or more quickly? I'm sure Tracy will be able to iron that out for us. Okay. Okay, I'll leave the garlic alone for now.
I don't think the onions, but that's a little bit.
Just testing the mushrooms for poison.
Yeah. So we've got lots.
Seems to be good. Just kidding. Oh, okay.
Wait.
Okay, so like I said, we're gonna leave that there, and I'm gonna stop picking the bowl up. Now we're gonna melt some butter into the pan. So I'm gonna take, how much butter does it call for? I forget. So I'm just gonna take a knife. I'm not gonna dirty a measuring spoon for this.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna take a slice of butter down. See that? Just a slice of butter. And I'm gonna pop it into the pan. See that? Oh my gosh, look. This, it fell over. It was standing straight up on its end.
Oh.
Okay, so next, I'm gonna turn the pan on. And what heat do we normally cook on? We usually cook on about, if it was a scale of 1 to 7, it would probably be like 4. Right? So we cook on medium. Make sure that the meat doesn't cook too fast while we're doing other things. And yeah, everybody enjoys themselves.
Yeah. What's next?
Next, well, we're gonna melt the butter first,
Okay.
and then we're gonna pop the beef into the pan.
Alrighty.
To give that a head start, and then after we pop the beef in, we'll wash the bowl out, and then we're gonna make the sauce. So the sauce is going to be oh no, sorry. After we add the steak and onion and mushroom, then we're going to rasp the garlic. So we'll do that in a minute.
Oh, okay.
And the garlic we're gonna rasp actually right into the pan. Now, remember last couple weeks I've been saying that the olive oil is not as viscous as water, so you can kind of swish it around. Well, you can do the same thing with the pan here. You can kind of swish the butter around. But make sure mom and dad are there just to make sure that the butter's not gonna fly. See that? It's just the mom gesture. So, butter's melting nicely-ish.
Yeah.
I'm going to put the beef in, and then the butter can melt with the beef. No,
Maybe
I'm not gonna do that. We're gonna just.
Maybe he should wait till the butter melts.
I'm just gonna push it around. You can also just use a spoon.
Yes,
A
yeah,
wooden
it will
spoon,
melt it
swish
a
it
little
around.
faster, yeah.
There you go.
Instead of being a big chunk of it.
There we go. That's just about good.
Perfect.
So now I'm gonna add the beef. Ever so gently. Just kidding.
Give me that bowl again. Yes.
There we go. We are gonna need the bowl
Okay,
again, so we're gonna wash
I
it.
will wash it.
Oh,
yes.
thank you. Mom's gonna wash it. Mom's the word.
I will wash it. These have been washed, so I'm gonna.
Oh, BT dubs, which means BTW, which means, by the way,
Oh.
yeah, it took me a while to get there. You're gonna need to make some fettuccine noodles. We actually cooked that ahead of time to make sure that we'd have it. You could see it in the background
Yes.
of the avocado toast that we made some fettuccine noodles. So make sure that you make those now, get those started now if you haven't already, and test it to make sure they're nice and al dente. Mmm. Beef is getting a bit of a head start here. It's looking good. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to cook it with some garlic in a second. So I'm gonna take the garlic. So you're gonna peel the garlic off. Peel the skin off of the garlic. So you see the thin skin, and then we're going to. Smells so good when it's not in someone's breath. Okay, so I'm going to take the small knife. I'm just gonna chop off the little bitty ends. You know what, actually? No, yeah, okay, I'll chop off the ends, being very careful with my fingers. Now, if you don't have a garlic rasper or a small enough cheese grater that you don't hurt your fingers, then that's okay. You can simply chop it into very fine slices and then just allow that to spread and marinate with the rest of the meat and stuff like that. If you have a rasper, then that kind of like helps diffuse the garlic taste all over the pan, the aroma as well. We're gonna add a little bit more butter, I think. And you know what? I'm gonna skip a step because I'm so excited. I'm gonna show Mom what the rasper is all about. I'll let her rasp it.
Wow. You're gonna rasp it?
Yes. So, no, you're gonna rasp it.
Oh, I'm gonna rasp it.
Yes.
Oh, but I have it in my back.
That's okay. Yeah, you can open it up here. So what you gotta do is you gotta push this white piece down as you hold the handle and grate it back and forth.
Oh,
And then hold it over the pan so that it's gonna, check this out, PCC.
So go like this?
Yeah. And
This
back
is
and
my
forth.
first time using this, so.
Get ready to laugh. I mean to learn.
Thank you. Oh,
Push,
it
push,
coming
push.
up? Oh.
Yes. The more shearing you hear, not cheering, woohoo! That too, but the more shearing you hear, push, push, push.
Oh. I did. I think I'm done.
Nope,
Oh no?
not yet. Keep going.
Oh.
Keep going. The 2 pieces of plastic haven't touched yet.
Oh,
That's
you're
it.
kidding. Oh, there.
There we go. Now she's done.
There.
So, did most of that get in the pan?
Yeah.
If you flip it over, it might be stuck to the grater too. Ah, that's what happened.
You know what? That's what happened.
So we might just need to take a knife and just
scrape.
help scoop,
Oh, okay.
scrape it. Just like that. There we
That's-
go.
oh,
Oh my
that's
goodness.
gonna be-
Smell of the garlic. It's
That's
good.
gonna be good.
Okay. So, I love mushrooms. I love mushrooms.
So there we
But
go.
I'm going to save some for the beef toast.
And I'll put that there for now. That's awesome. And I'll put this over there
So
too.
now that the meat's got a little bit of a head start,
Yes.
we can perhaps flip it once before we add the what's this called, mushrooms and onions. Mom's gonna do that for me. So oh my goodness, it smells so good.
Yeah, it really smells.
So once the beef is brown, so like once the pink color disappears, that's when we want to add our herb and garlic cream cheese. Okay, so make sure that you have that nearby, and we're going to add the onions and mushrooms to cook alongside the beef. Like the beef is letting out the juices, like brown juice at the bottom of the pan starting to form. The garlic is in there, smelling so good. Oh, it's gonna make the house and our clothes smell like garlic for days, but it's worth
But
it.
it's worth it.
It's worth it. I'm gonna sprinkle this in.
Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm.
Actually, I'm gonna use this one.
Okay, and then I don't know if Mom wants to scrape that. There we go. Just so we don't make it. Just kidding. Hopefully I wasn't blocking the pan the whole time. Okay, so we're gonna cook for 5 minutes or so, and we've already been cooking it for a little bit, for a couple of minutes. So
Yes, and it's
We're-
already turning.
oh, it's already turning nice and brown, like Mom says. So
Yeah.
what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the cream cheese. Now, because we have a lot more meat, we're going to use more than the recipe called for. I think the recipe called for 1 TBS, 1 tablespoon. So we're gonna use 2, because like I said, we're making enough for maybe the whole family. So I'm gonna take 1 tablespoon. We'll work as a team. I'll take 1 tablespoon, a
Oh,
heaping
that's-
one, and then Mom can maybe take 1 too. If I can ever get it out of the darn spoon. There we go.
There's still lots in this book.
Yeah. You can fill it up and then we can. There we go. I think Mom might use her finger.
No.
Here, we can use the butter knife.
Yeah, we'll use the butter knife because.
Because there's already butter in the pan, so we can just use the butter knife. So the beef is nice and brown, so that's why we're adding the cream cheese in now. And then I'm gonna close the cream cheese so that we don't, there we go. So we don't spoil it. Okay, now, while that's cooking, we're gonna mix it in. Like maybe I'll get Mom to switch spots with me So she can do a little bit of mixing of the sauce. I'll do a little bit of mixing of the sauce.
Oh.
And what's gonna happen here is I don't know the quantities, so I'm just gonna wing it. Like my mom said, you can always wing it.
That's right.
Just wing it. Okay, so we use the tablespoon spoon, and it's all cream cheesy. So I'm gonna use the 1/2 TBS, the 1/2 tablespoon for the flour, and I think the recipe called for 1 tablespoon of flour. So I'm going to be very not really careful actually, and I'm gonna put the flour in. So that's 1 tablespoon worth right now, and then I'm gonna add another 1/2 and another 1/2. So I added 4 halves. So if 2 halves make a whole, then that would mean that 2 halves plus 2 halves would make 2 wholes, right? That's the way math works in my head anyways. Okay, so now that I've done that, I am going to do the ketchup, and of course I'm going to measure it. So we're going to add ketchup and milk. We're going to add some milk to this as well. So we opened the ketchup to make sure that you guys wouldn't be waiting too long. Okay, ketchup's coming up pretty nicely. I'm going to put 1 and 2. I'm not really sure how much ketchup I'm supposed to be adding. Don't fire me, Tracy. I'm gonna wipe that because I like a clean ketchup squirt thing. There we go. Okay. And yeah, okay. Now milk. I think I'm just gonna add a bit of milk and then stir and then see what happens. And if we have to add more, we'll add more. And as you can see, I lick everything. I always taste test my food. Good. I get hungry when I cook, that's the thing. This is looking so good. And it's smelling so good. Like when I smell, I'm just like Gabe. I'm just like, oh yeah.
Smells really good.
This is Gabe's tell when you know he's happy.
Oh yeah?
Okay, so I'm gonna pour this in. Ah! Okay. May have to add more flour. We have fun. Okay, I'm gonna mix it on up. See, I'm mixing up. Ooh, that's looking pretty good actually.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how much sauce we're gonna need. I actually may need to add a little bit more milk to this. I'm not sure. Maybe a little bit more milk. There we go. Alright, so it's supposed to be like a pinkish color? Oh, that's okay. That's okay. Mom, I'll let you look at that and then see what you think.
Alright.
I'll take over the mixing here.
Yeah.
I want you to see what you think. Maybe add a little bit more flour. Oh my gosh, I didn't actually get
so
the,
good,
it smells so good
I know, it
from here.
smells really good.
It smells even better from up close.
Yeah. So you only needed a little bit of flour in here?
Just a little bit of flour and maybe a little bit more milk, maybe a little bit more ketchup. Give it a squirt. I don't know. Whatever you think. You have more expertise in this.
And what are we doing this for?
We're making the sauce.
Oh yes, the sauce.
The sauce for the fettuccine.
Fettuccine. Put a little squirt. I won't put too much. It looks a pretty color though. It looks like a
Is it supposed to be a rosé color?
like a salmon-y color.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What do you think, Mom? Should I just give this a turn? Put it up?
No, just turn it down a little. Yeah, just turn
Okay,
it.
so we're gonna turn this down a little bit.
Yeah. You want those juices like to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So good.
There. This is a really nice color, a really nice texture, you know. I'll put a little bit of flour, a little bit of ketchup.
Okay.
And what else did you put in there?
Milk.
Milk, yeah. So there you go. Got them all.
Excellent.
And there you go. Look at how nice that looks.
That's fantastic.
Like
So
a
I'm gonna-
salmon-y color.
Yeah, like a salmony, like a pinkish color.
Yeah.
And then, so mix flour, milk, and ketchup, and then we're gonna add the sauce to the pan.
Okay.
Oh, okay, so we're gonna actually add this sauce into the
Into the
pan,
pan.
and then we'll put it on the fettuccine.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
It's gonna be so
Oh, it's
good.
gonna be so good.
It's gonna be so good.
Okay, so I'll let you add that in.
Do we have we want one of these?
Yes, a
So we get every
spatula.
little-
Get yourself a
every little bit.
spatula. You want to make sure we get every single little bit of it.
Yes. So we're adding this to the pan?
Yes, I'm moving so you can see. So see Mom scraping all the sides of the bowl here.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness.
You're gonna wanna keep it. Oh, this looks so good.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. That looks delicious.
That looks good.
I'm just kind of moving stuff into the sink here and into other bowls. And then I'm gonna wash these plates. That way we can serve.
Yeah.
We can plate the meat, or not just the meat, but
Not the meat,
plate the
but-
pasta.
Yeah.
And then we can cascade that meat and sauce. You guys know my favorite word in cooking is cascade.
Cascade.
We're gonna cascade the food right onto the pan. It's gonna be so
So good.
so good.
So
You
good.
knew that I would. Okay, so we have 2 plates here. I'm having a dinner. Bow, bow. I was pointing
Oh,
at a dinner for 2. That was her line. Okay, now I don't have a spaghetti spoon, but Mom was telling me before that it's really useful to have a spaghetti spoon. However, I think I have some tongs. So I'm gonna use, so spaghetti spoon is those spoons that have the giant grooves in them, so it's easier to hook the spaghetti. But I don't have one of those, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna use the pinchers here, and I'm gonna plate the pasta. So I'm gonna put a towel here just so that the pot doesn't burn, even though it's not too hot anymore. I'm gonna put it on the dish towel, that way it doesn't burn the counter. You see there's a little bit of steam still in there, so I'm gonna take some pasta. I'm gonna move it onto the plate. I'm gonna make sure that the bottom of the plate is covered. There we go. I'm not being very neat with this.
You should just do a little twirl as you
Oh, look at that.
Twirl. You see?
Twirl.
Yeah, you do a little twirl, a little twist.
Twisting and twirling.
There you go.
Cooking tea. See this? I should have my mom on more often.
And then you twirl it. Oh.
Oh, and then you twirl it.
Yeah, and you take it out. No, you take it out and then you twirl it.
Oh, take it out and then you twirl it when you put it on the plate.
plate. Yeah.
Twirl.
So,
Look at that. Oh my goodness. That looks so delicious. Here comes Thor.
yep.
He's trying to get a little
He's
bit
trying to see if anything dropped on the floor.
of. That's right. Trying to scavenge a little bit. Okay.
Turn this off. Ready?
Okay. So I'm gonna put just a little bit more pasta, just to make sure that we have
Well, that's a
lots.
lot of-
It is a lot of pasta, but you know what? We're hungry. We've been working tirelessly on this cooking video.
And yes, that's right. Whew.
So good. Okay, team,
This is good.
watch Mom cascade this.
Cascade.
Is the stove up? Stove up? Okay,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
off. It's always good to have the stove in the off
I
position.
turned it off.
And check this out.
Oh!
Whoops. Oh, and there goes Thor. Licking the spatula dry.
Well,
Okay,
you got
watch
it on
out,
your
Thor.
shirt.
Thor, watch out. Thor, watch out. Watch out.
It's okay, buddy.
So, we have our pasta, we have our plates. Now watch as Mom cascades the meat onto the pasta.
I'm not sure what he means by that, but
Just let it slide.
just let it slide.
Oh yeah. Oh my goodness, look at that. That is delicious. I can't wait to try some. You can use a spoon to kind of direct it. a
Yeah,
little.
because I was gonna say it's gonna fall over.
There we go. Oh my gosh. And that is so delicious. Look at that. Just cover the top, and look, we'll have some leftovers even. Well, like I mean, she can cover more, right? But then we'll even have some leftovers that way if we want to
That's
add
right.
some later.
Woohoo!
That is delicious. Oh, and oh, she's Thor. Yeah. Wow. Okay, I'll take one and you take one.
Okay.
Looks like a
Looks
picture
so
perfect
good.
moment. Oh my gosh, look at that.
Look at that. Looks so good.
DCC cooking class, thank you for spending your Sunday with us.
Mhm.
I love my mom. I know you guys love your mom too. And thank you for being on the show and cooking with me, Mama.
Thank you for
And I'm
having
thankful
me.
every day for my mom, but today is an extra special day to be thankful for Mom. So
Yes.
make sure that you treat her right. Make sure you give her some avocado toast for breakfast
Mhm.
and some beef stroganoff for dinner. Okay?
And Happy Mother's Day!
Happy Mother's Day!